Defining Toxicity, Recognizing the Red Flags. Written by Brené Brown. Toxic relationships. We've all heard the term, but what does it truly mean? It's a concept that goes beyond the surface level of occasional disagreements. It's not just about disagreements or occasional arguments. It's about a consistent pattern of harmful behavior. Toxicity runs deeper, poisoning the very core of a relationship. It affects our mental and emotional well-being. A toxic relationship is defined by a persistent pattern of negativity, disrespect, and emotional harm. This can leave lasting scars. Imagine a garden where, instead of nurturing flowers, we constantly plant weeds of manipulation, criticism, and control. This garden becomes unmanageable. These weeds can manifest in many forms, from subtle to overt. Constant criticism that chips away at your self-esteem, making you feel less than you are. Controlling behavior that seeks to limit your freedom, making you feel trapped and powerless. And manipulation tactics designed to make you doubt yourself, questioning your own reality and worth. Echoes of the past, how childhood shapes our relationships. Our early experiences, particularly within our families, lay the foundation for our understanding of love, intimacy, and connection. These moments, whether filled with joy or tension, become the blueprint for how we navigate our future relationships. If we grew up witnessing unhealthy communication patterns, unresolved conflicts, or emotional distance, we may unknowingly carry these patterns into our adult relationships. The way our parents or caregivers interacted with each other and with us can deeply influence our own behavior and expectations. Imagine a young child observing their parents constantly arguing, never resolving their conflicts. This child absorbs these interactions, learning that conflict is a normal part of relationships. This child learns that relationships are battlegrounds, not safe havens. They may grow up feeling that love is synonymous with pain and conflict. These early experiences shape our beliefs about what's acceptable in a relationship. They influence our self-worth and how we expect to be treated by others. We might find ourselves accepting behaviors that mirror what we witnessed as children, even if they are hurtful or unhealthy. This can lead to a cycle of repeating the same mistakes and enduring the same pain. Understanding this connection is crucial to breaking free from these ingrained patterns and creating healthier relationship dynamics. By recognizing the impact of our childhood, we can begin to make conscious choices to foster positive and nurturing relationships. The Attachment Blueprint. Understanding our relationship patterns. Our relationships are often a reflection of our early experiences and the bonds we formed as children. Attachment theory, developed by psychologist John Bowlby, offers valuable insights into how our early childhood experiences shape our adult relationships. Bowlby's research emphasized the importance of the bond between a child and their primary caregiver, which lays the foundation for future emotional connections. According to attachment theory, the way we were cared for as infants creates an internal working model of ourselves and others in relationships. This model influences how we perceive and interact with the world around us, affecting our ability to form healthy, lasting relationships. For example, a child who received consistent love and care is likely to develop a secure attachment style, feeling confident and worthy of love. This secure base allows them to explore the world with a sense of safety and trust. However, if a child experienced neglect or inconsistency, they might develop an insecure attachment style, marked by anxiety, fear of abandonment, or avoidance of intimacy. These children may struggle with self-worth and find it challenging to trust others. Recognizing our own attachment style as well as that of our partners can help us understand the root of certain relationship patterns and work towards creating more secure and fulfilling connections. By becoming aware of these patterns, we can take steps to heal and build healthier, more supportive relationships. Lost in translation communication breakdowns and their toxic aftermath. Communication is the lifeblood of any relationship. When communication breaks down, misunderstandings fester, resentment builds, and toxicity takes root. Healthy communication involves expressing our needs and feelings clearly, listening attentively to our partners, and working collaboratively to find solutions. However, in toxic relationships, communication often becomes a battlefield. Instead of seeking understanding, individuals might resort to blaming, criticizing, or shutting down completely. Imagine a couple arguing about finances. Instead of listening to each other's concerns and finding common ground, they resort to personal attacks and blame shifting. This type of communication creates distance and erodes trust, paving the way for further toxicity. The accountability gap, blame shifting, and the erosion of trust. Accountability is essential for growth and healing in any relationship. It involves taking responsibility for our actions, acknowledging our mistakes, and making amends. However, in toxic relationships, accountability is often absent. Instead of owning up to their shortcomings, individuals might engage in blame shifting, deflecting responsibility onto their partners. Imagine a partner who consistently breaks promises, yet always finds a way to blame external circumstances or their partner's behavior for their actions. This lack of accountability creates a breeding ground for resentment and distrust. It prevents the relationship from moving forward in a healthy and constructive way. The comfort of familiar pain, why we cling to unhealthy relationships. It seems counterintuitive, but sometimes we cling to unhealthy relationships, even when they bring us pain. Why? Because familiarity, even if it's painful, can feel safer than the unknown. We might stay in toxic relationships because they validate our deepest fears and insecurities. For example, someone who fears abandonment might stay in a relationship where their partner constantly threatens to leave. This dynamic, though painful, reinforces their belief that they are unworthy of love and security. Breaking free from this cycle requires courage and self-awareness. It means confronting our fears, challenging our limiting beliefs, and choosing to believe that we deserve healthier, more fulfilling relationships. The path to healing. Cultivating self-awareness and personal growth. Breaking free from toxic patterns requires a journey of self-discovery and personal growth. It's about understanding our own wounds, recognizing our role in unhealthy dynamics, and committing to making positive changes. Self-awareness is key. It's about paying attention to our thoughts, feelings, and behaviors in relationships. What triggers us? What patterns do we repeat? Journaling, therapy, and mindfulness practices can be invaluable tools on this journey. By understanding ourselves better, we can make conscious choices that lead to healthier relationships. Breaking the cycle. Setting boundaries and raising standards. Once we've embarked on the path of self-awareness, we can start setting healthy boundaries and raising our standards for what we accept in relationships. Boundaries are essential for protecting our emotional well-being. They are the limits we set to define what we will and will not tolerate from others. For example, we might set a boundary around disrespectful language or emotional manipulation. Raising our standards involves recognizing that we deserve to be treated with respect, kindness, and love. It means no longer settling for relationships that diminish us or leave us feeling depleted. The power of choice. Choosing healthy love. We all have the power to choose healthy love. It starts with understanding that love should not hurt, diminish, or control us. Healthy love is built on a foundation of mutual respect, trust, open communication, and a willingness to grow together. It's about choosing partners who support our growth, celebrate our strengths, and challenge us to become the best versions of ourselves. Choosing healthy love means letting go of the belief that we need to settle for less than we deserve. It's about recognizing that we are worthy of love that nourishes our souls and brings us joy. Embracing vulnerability. Building relationships on authenticity and trust. Authenticity and vulnerability are the cornerstones of healthy, fulfilling relationships. When we allow ourselves to be seen for who we truly are, imperfections and all, we create space for genuine connection. Vulnerability is not weakness, it's courage. It's about showing up in our relationships with our hearts open, even when it feels scary. It's about sharing our true selves with our partners, trusting that they will accept and cherish us for who we are. When we embrace vulnerability, we create a space for intimacy, empathy, and deep, meaningful connection. A hopeful horizon. Finding love and connection. The prevalence of toxic relationships in today's world can feel disheartening. However, it's important to remember that there is hope. By understanding the root causes of toxicity, cultivating self-awareness, and committing to personal growth, we can break free from unhealthy patterns and create relationships built on love, respect, and authenticity. Remember, you are worthy of love. You deserve to be in relationships that bring you joy, support your growth, and make you feel safe,